as I was saying, there's been a lot of controversy about whether you need to take the SAT or the ACT. I took both. Personally, my college didn't really care, they didn't require it, and I didn't get anything out of taking the SAT. So, and every college is different, but most colleges in the South require the ACT, most colleges in the Midwestern, Northern area require the SAT. Some will take either one, so be informed about which one your college requires, and if they do accept both, because not all of them do, but most of them do. So you can find that information on their website under academics, something like that, requirements, admission requirements, something like that. And you need to know that kind of stuff, early on. You don't have to know what college you're going to your freshman year, but by your senior year, you need to be considering admissions requirements and just know the general guidelines of what they require. Generally, colleges require 4 of everything: 4 units of English, 4 units of math, 4 of history. I mean, it's core subjects. They require 4 years of it. So 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. And even though your grades for a second semester of your senior year don't generally count on like a transcript, it is important that you do well on those courses because they are required. And if you fail second semester that course, then the college is gonna know about it and you're not gonna get admitted if you fail the course. Like if you get an A first semester, you get an F second semester, you're gonna be borderline getting in, okay? So just do well the entire year and don't even worry about barely getting there, okay? Okay. Taking the ACT, the test starts off with an English unit. It's about 2 hours, a 2-hour test, and there is 1 break you get halfway through, which is so nice because by that time your brain is going to be like fried. I'm not trying to scare you, but it is a very difficult test. It's not that the test itself is hard, it's just that you have to complete so much in a relatively small amount of time. And you have to think very quickly and analyze stuff like fast. So I think if I had like maybe a day or an entire afternoon to do the ACT, I would have done so much better. So yeah. On the SAT, I actually liked taking it better. It's harder to find places that will proctor the test, but proctor meaning like they'll let you take it there, you know. St. Stanislaus, if you live in the Biloxi Gulfport area, they will proctor the test. You just have to look on the SAT website, just sat.com or something, and it's on College Board, I think, and you should be able to find the test and the test dates, enter your zip code, find the testing area. Very helpful. And you have to register online to take the SAT and or ACT. Word of warning, do not, if you're a very ambitious student, do not register to take them both in the same weekend, within a few weeks of each other, because once you take one of them, you're not going to want to take it again. Ideally, you won't have to, but give yourself adequate time to prepare. That's so important. there are many books at the library that will help you get prepared for it. There are many books in Barnes and Nobles or bookstores, Books A Million. Personally, my tip, go to the library, because once you take the test, your senior year or freshman year, whatever, you're never going to use the book again unless you give it to someone or sell it online. So rent it for free at the library. Same book, no cost, okay? Yeah. I took a few weeks to prepare for the ACT. I probably had 3 weeks, 4 weeks, almost a month probably. And I went through my old math books. I worked problems out, and I took some online tests, like a sample test. So that will help you as well. And the general ACT requirement in colleges varies. In junior colleges, you will probably not have a limit, as in like you have to get a certain score to get into school, but it will be used for placement. So if you want to get into a good class, you really need to have a good score. A good score is 20 and up, basically. I had friends who got like 25 to 36, and I was so jealous, but just make sure you give yourself time to prepare for that. And yeah, go online and take online quizzes of ACT material. It's a great way to see if you're prepared. And if you're wondering, yes, the ACT, it is a written test. It's not online, it's not on a computer, it's actually you sit down and you just take the test. You'll be in a room, a high school classroom, with probably one of the high school teachers who works there, who's agreeing to proctor the test. And they will have like a clock, not a clock, but like there'll be a whiteboard, and they will write down the time. Like they'll say you have 20 minutes left or 10 minutes left. And every few minutes they'll go up there and they'll update it, you know? And a word of warning, you do not get to go back to previous sections. Like if you have an English section, reading and comprehension, and then math, and then science. And on the SAT, you do not have a science section. Loved it. So if you're not great in math, or if you're not great in science, and your school accepts SAT scores, take the SAT. Just take it. And either way, on the SAT, you get many study breaks. Like you get to go out of the room multiple times instead of just twice. It's a lot less stressful, and I just thought the test was easier, except the math section was a little harder. It was a little differently set up. If you want me to explain that, I can, but I don't really have time right now. But yeah. My next topic is colleges. What is a good school? A good school is a school that has your major and your interest. That's it, and a good and reasonable price. My school cost $16,000 for the entire 4 years. That's not a bad price. It's pretty good, actually. I've heard of some like really good prep schools cost $20,000 and up for a year. 1 year, not 4 years, a year. Yeah. So be very careful. Unless you're getting a full scholarship, don't apply to the most expensive college in the world. And there will be another part to this video, so just hang.